Okay, this is a video I should have done yesterday. Intro is what this is going to be. And I guess I was in such a hurry to go. It was spontaneous anyway. The winds had died down. I checked windy, and the winds are going to be around the 10 mile an hour for a couple hours until late afternoon. And so it was about 1 or 1:30. I decided to go ahead and go while I had a chance to get in the water with a kayak and putz around, do a little bit of fishing. And so that's what I did. I got everything. Usually I keep them pretty well set up. Trolling motor I don't leave on because of the weight or the battery, but they're only 30 pounds each. So I got down. I live in Rockport, as I probably already said in the video, and the water is, in fact, my launch area is probably about 3 miles. It's about 1.5 miles down to the water, and then we have to go through a park and then go to a sand launch area. But it's a real nice park, and there's good fishing down there. And so I hoped to catch some fish, and because I'm doing this at the front now, the day after, you just have to see what happened. Should be a good video. Watch it all the way to the end because there's some really good safety stuff there, I think. There goes a kayaker on top of the roof. Okay, so let's get on with the video. What could be better than being out here on a off day as far as the wind? I mean, we still have plenty of wind. And be in this position, be on spot lock, where you can just sit here and fish and enjoy the sounds of nature. And I'm sure you can see and hear them. That's an island, a small island. There's water on the other side. You can see the vehicles maybe going by. This is Rockport, and this area is called Little Bay. And a big area here is a migrant. Oh, had a bite, probably a pinfish the way that felt. The birds migrate here and mate and have little ones. That island is off limits, as you can see the yellow sign there. But this is where I live now, Rockport, Texas. I'm in my, as most of you know, Hobie PA14 2020 version. Haven't been in probably 3 weeks. Just the weather here with these fronts that come across from the west and from the north. I got an Outback 2022. I got all rigged up and I made some changes to it. I did seat risers. That worked out really well. And I got the rear of the seat elevated up using the beach stands underneath the seat. That really worked out good. So I was wanting to give it a try, but at my age, you don't want to be out here and be in real high winds, and got a long ways to get back, and you got to learn more areas to fish. I want to get into some of these back areas that I know we have here, but I don't know launching spots. I've got to do more investigating. We've got about 5 areas that I'm aware of now. Over there is a housing development, and that's a series of peninsulas with waterways, and there's a lot of docks. I think this summer I want to get in there and fish around some of those docks. And back to my left. That way it goes quite a ways. So there's a lot of areas to fish right here, which we haven't. All we've done is around this island here. There's the city, part of the city, the newer age part of the city, McDonald's and all that stuff. The older part is over there where you see that little teepee further down another block or two. It's a nice little community. It has everything we need. It's okay. I'm headed down that direction, of course. Having a hard time with these boaters out here with their kids tubing. So I'll get down here to this little cove where these posts are. There's not a lot of room on this other side here for boaters. You can see that sign here. There's a lot of oyster beds over there, and they've tried to make that a no traffic area for boaters. But man, at one time I had 3 of them coming through here, and a jet ski doing about 70. So we'll try your luck. I just wanted to get out of the house. I've been tied up in the house, and the wind was down. Got all the mowing done this morning. Finished it up from yesterday. So I knew today was going to be light winds, so I thought I'd come and give it a try. It's afternoon. I think it's probably getting close to 3 o'clock by now. I like this little remote here for the trolling motor. It's a little simpler, and I could mount it over here. I've got this one. You don't want to be without that one, because you don't have any display with this one, so you don't know where you're really at as far as settings on the trolling motor. Okay, here comes a boat now. Yeah, just had to come that close. Woohoo! Made it. Here, so I'm going to go down a little bit further before I try and cut across. Hopefully the boaters have settled down for a little bit. Okay, everybody, this is the next morning, and got back last afternoon, and got everything washed up and cleaned up, and wanted to go over a couple of things that I had made to me an improvement on the kayak, so I'll do that. And then there's a video I wanted to do for some time, and it's about safety. I know there's been a lot of stuff on YouTube about safety, but there's 2 items that have not been on YouTube, and they're excellent items to have on the kayak. So I'll get into that toward the end. But didn't catch any fish yesterday, but I had fun. Hadn't been out in weeks. The wind was rough. Wasn't as bad as it is today or the rest of the previous week. But had a lot of jet skiers out there and boats, as you'll see, as you saw in the videos. So it is what it is. We got better times coming. So all right, well let me get into what I want to show you, and we'll be right back. Thing I want to show you is improvement I've made. I've had the super stick push pole and stakeout pole for some time. I think it's 1.5 inches in diameter, and it's kind of hard to get it in the ground when you're out there unless you're in some really muddy stuff. And I came up with this. I'd seen it sometime back on another video, and I had some 1/2 inch marine board that I use for another project, and I still had some left, so I got to playing with it. And I first made one for the Outback. This is a remote control for the trolling motor. One issue with it, and it's been reported with guys on YouTube, is that this north, well, it's to go straight, I believe, but the spot lock, these are all real close together. So what I found, I was having a problem in changing direction and hitting these buttons and then everything going haywire. So I watched some more video to see what other people were doing, and they were using these along with this, and it was on Amazon. I think it was $100, and I come up with a mount for it, and that works good. I can get everything set here, my speed and or spot lock, but I can also use those controls for quick movement. You can see the spot lock button is up on the top along with the north and the jackrabbit. So these right down here are the main controls that you're going to use on a daily basis, and then along with the spot lock just above it. So you won't have a chance of hitting these other buttons down here on the bottom and having to reset everything. In 2014, I moved back to Florida, and I always wanted to try kayak, and I had some friends that were doing it along with their boats, and so I bought one from Bass Pro Shop, and I tried it and just loved it. So I stayed in that 3 or 4 months and did some research, and went for the Hobie. I had probably 3 of the Hobie 16 catamarans that we day sailed and camped, and the wife and I and some friends from time to time would race them on the East Coast and on the center part of the state. So I knew the quality, and I knew how to ride them up the right way if you did flip, which was kind of common in the catamaran. But anyway, here we go. So all right, the first thing I did was in somewhere along 2016 or 17, I was looking around and trying to think about what could I do to make it easier for me to get back into kayak. And I came up with this, and I just strapped it to the side, and this is what I carried for a long time, and I knew I could get back into kayak with that. A few years later, I don't know, 4 years later or so, I was still living in Florida, so that could have been 2014 or so. I saw a video on this right here, rescue step, and the rescue step, they showed how it was used, and this is the only time when I saw that video, that was the only time I saw this ever mentioned. And it's like $59 or something like that. But what happens, you keep it strapped to your side. Okay, I'm in the garage now with the kayak. The video quit working right after I started the video on the strap. So I'll pick up here. This is a strap. You can use any kind of a rope or strap or paracord or whatever you want to use, but I went ahead and got something that looked good and looked stable. This is a strap to keep the kayak tethered to you. I normally keep it tethered to the seat right here, and when I do feel like I need to use it, I just unclip it and clip it on the life jacket. I had seen and read an article in Kayak Angler magazine that the Coast Guard had posted that the majority of the kayakers that drown, the reason, and most all of them, was because they got separated from their kayak. And however that happens, you're fishing by yourself, you just fall out or whatever. You get separated from your kayak, the wind or current blows it away from you, you can't swim fast enough to catch up to it, and you succumb to the circumstances. So that's why this is important. Along with the jacket or the PFD, flags and all the things that you've seen on all the other videos, but I haven't seen anything on these two items right here. One I just went over, the rescue step and the tether. So I feel like it was important to do this video. I've been using these two items in my kayaks for, well, this one for quite a while, and this one probably lasts 3 or 4 years. So if this is hooked to your life jacket or somewhere on your person and you fall out, the rest of this is just going to come out and you stay tethered to your kayak, and you can pull it back to you, or you can pull yourself to it and get back to it, and you can use the rescue step to get yourself back in a kayak. Now if you're a young person, you can just put both hands on the rails, I guess if you have rails, or the gunnel of the kayak, and pop yourself up. But as you get older, that gets tougher and tougher to do, and specifically if you've got some other items on here. Yeah, I like to have everything I might need. So that's why the rescue step was so key to me. Originally, when I had bought my very first kayak, which I think I explained in somewhere along the video, I come up with this on my own, and I carried this on my kayak, my 2016 PA14, for quite a long time, right here on the same side. And by the time it was tied up and around the strap, around the H-bar, I'm sorry, then the steps would have been the 2 convenient steps right there. So when this came along, I was already in the ballpark for something better than what I had, but I think mine would have worked just fine. So I don't feel like those are too expensive. I think for $80 or so you can get both pieces and have them. Just wanted to pass that along, and if you like it and you think it's valuable, and maybe you can save a life, then go ahead and share it out to your subscribers, and hopefully they can share it out to theirs, and maybe we can save a life amongst all of us. But I appreciate you watching the video. The channel name, I guess, as you can see, is Kayaking for Fishy Tales, and I'm Ron. And soon, here's a mess. I had this hat on, but soon we'll be in good weather. I didn't catch any fish. I didn't really think I would today, and so we'll get back out. We've had horrible winds here for a couple of months, and it's starting to settle down a little bit, but I don't know what next week's going to bring just yet. So we'll get to it just as soon as we can. Appreciate it. Thank you.